Okay, now joining me is one of the board members from the Rotary Club Eastern Seaboard. It's Michael Todd White. Michael, great presentation tonight by your guest speaker, who I'll be interviewing in a moment, but there's another event coming up that your Rotary Club is organising and supporting. Tell us about it. It's coming up at the end of the month.
Yes, that's correct. It's a film I saw at the British Club in Bangkok some 6 months ago. It's a film where 6 university students, 3 from Cambridge and 3 from Oxford, they went along to Rover and they got 2 Land Rovers and decided to try and go overland as far around the world as they could. They started off with trying to get to Hong Kong. They realised that was a bit impossible, so they found that they could perhaps do it from London to Singapore. This was back in 1955.
That was just the way to say it. I mean, it sounds like a challenge nowadays, but
yeah.
But all those years ago, it must be amazing.
Very challenging for the 6 of them. They didn't have any money. They had no cars. One of them didn't have a driving license. He actually had a pilot's license, one of them. But it was, a very big challenge. They had actually found 80 sponsors, like Remington Razor, the old Remington company, and people supplying a tent, and they had somebody specially made all the boxes to go in the Land Rovers. It had to be square to make sure they got as much in, 6 months' supply of everything, water, petrol, everything. And then they went through, I think, about 30 different countries, 30,000 miles they went, and they took 7 months doing it. Okay, now this has been turned. It's only been shown once on British TV, I believe. It was shown back in the 50s. It was shown three half-an-hour programs in black and white. It was only black and white because there was only black and white television in those days. But they did find afterwards that it was actually originally taken on 16mm film. Several years afterwards, they found this film. They didn't have the commentary. BBC had lost the commentary. But Sir David Attenborough, who helped finance the original journey, what they did, they put it onto VHS. And then it went from VHS to DVD and got digitalised or whatever. And that's so about 50 years later, they then got the original people to talk about it. So they are talking about it and all about the film and their experience. Yes, that's right.
It's almost like a director's cut of the version that was shown in the 3 parts. So it's going to be shown in its entirety. So it's 1.5 hours.
That's right.
And it's going to be here where you actually meet as your club normally.
It is, yes. It's the Siam Bayshore here, on Sunday, 26th of July at 5 o'clock. People have to get here 4:30 if they want to have a drink or whatever, because it starts at 5 o'clock. Yes, it's not really in its entirety. It's. I mean, the people are. It is a documentary where they're explaining everything about how they got the visas, how they, got through all the different countries, the 30 countries, and it was really a big challenge. Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be of huge interest to people. Well, actually, many people from all walks of life, because we now Thailand's our home, so we've all went through the process of, travelling here and living here. But they did it in a very in a sense, a short space of time. But they all those miles that they had to do, and all the cultures and experiences. Yes. Also, I think another thing that will be very interesting is to look back to the challenges they would have had specifically at that time.
Yes, at that time, especially photographic-wise, the video cameras were fixed focus lenses, and they didn't have zoom lenses. And of course, they would have to go ahead, drop the people off from the Land Rovers, and then drive back, and then drive so they could photograph them being driven along the road. So, and of course, the roads, there weren't many roads, and some of them, Burma and places, they had to go through the jungle, and they were literally elephant tracks rather than roads that they had to go through. They had to take the Land Rovers through. Yeah.
Okay, so as we've been talking, the details for how to get tickets for this, and the tickets are only 200 baht, I believe. That's
right, 200 baht each. It all goes obviously to the profits of the Rotary Club.
Okay. Well, the details have been on the screen as we've been talking. If you're interested in travelogues, documentaries, photography, or just human interest, you should come along here on Sunday, the 26th of February. Michael, I'm going to chat to Comploy now.
26th of January.
Sorry,
not
of January,
February.
yes, quite right. Well corrected, thank you. I'm going to speak to Comploy now. Nice to see you, and we look
Lovely.
forward to seeing you on the
Thank
26th.
you. Look forward to seeing you
Thank
as well.
Thank you for inviting us tonight.
Okay.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, the last time I was here at the Rotary Club, I interviewed an environmentalist known as Koto. Tonight, the young lady who came along here didn't just have the ears of the Rotarians and the guests, but also the hearts. Her name is Ploy, and she is from the Pattaya Orphanage. Ploy, what a wonderful speech you gave us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now just to encapsulate it for our viewers, you're a Thai national, and you were born in Pattaya?
No, I was born in Rayong.
Oh, okay, in Rayong. But you're an orphan, yes?
Yes, I am.
And from what I gather, your mother left your father, but gave you to your father when you were a baby, right?
Yes.
But then in time, you then entered the Pattaya Orphanage. What age were you then?
I was about 9 years old.
Now, the reason that you've been here tonight speaking is because your life has been changed dramatically because of Rotarians and other people who've given a helping hand. What have they done to change your life?
To the ROSE program, which is the program that sent the orphan kids to overseas to study English. So to that program, it's given me an opportunity to get a scholarship and to study high school, and now I'm doing a university.
Now you have an Australian accent. A little bit. No. So how long have you been in Australia now?
7 years.
7 years, right. Can I ask, how old are you, Ploy?
I'm 22 years old.
Okay. And you're very small, right? Now, accent.
Thank you.
Okay, so you've been in Australia for 7 years. One of the little stories you told us tonight was about how when you got the ticket and this exciting adventure that lay ahead of you and you had no idea, and you went to the airport and there's all these hundreds of people that you don't know and it was a completely alien environment. Right?
Yes, yes.
But what was it like when you arrived in Australia? You know, because, and of course there are Asians and there are Thais in Australia, but you weren't, you didn't have all the people that you know around you. How did you feel?
It was like a different world. It was like because everyone around me was just foreigners. Because there's no Thai people where I was there. It's like in Bendigo, there's no Thai people. It's only foreigners. It's only Aussie people. So it's a little bit strange and it's a little bit different. It makes me feel nervous every time I walk somewhere.
Now, you actually went with two other girls, right? Two other girls.
Two of them are Thai person. So they are Tonat and Annie. So they are from Pattaya Orphanage, and the girl from the Rotary Foundation.
Okay. So they were your pals, they were your buddies, but then they split you up, didn't they? In the schools, they put you into different schools so that you wouldn't speak Thai and so that you would work hard at learning English.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So now, what are you studying?
At the moment, I'm studying graphic design. I'm just finished the second year, so this year I'm doing third year of graphic design, and I'll be finished the Bachelor of Graphic Design.
Okay. And what do you hope to be able to apply that skills to once you get your degree? What sort of line of work do you want to go into?
I would like to do interior design. So the course that I do is not actually interior design, but it's part of the course of interior design. But what I have in my mind, if I have an opportunity, I would like to take it further into the interior design course. So it would take me another years to do interior design course instead of do 4 year full of interior design stuff. So I have more experience in graphic design and more experience more than other interior design people do. So, how can I say this? So the course that I do is more practical stuff than interiors people.
Talking about experience, because one of the challenges, all the Farangs are here. We all come from different backgrounds, and we've all travelled around the world, and we've seen different cultures. But before, you hadn't seen that, really. You'd lived in Thailand. You'd seen maybe different religions at your school when you were at Pattaya School. Now that you've been to Australia, what do you think when you come back to Thailand?
What do you mean by what do I think?
What I mean is, do you understand more about other cultures? Do you understand that there's more to than just Thailand, and do you want to then now see other cultures?
I'm not really sure about that, but I noticed a lot of things that I haven't been noticed before. So I notice people allow me more, and I see things in a different way. I see things in a positive way, and everything become more clear and clear. So yeah, that's what I see.
Okay. Well, it's very interesting to meet you. You really are. I mean, I had tears in my eyes at one point tonight, and I know you did as well. Great! It is great what you're doing, and it's great that you recognise that without Rotary and several other people, that this just wouldn't happen. So, I wish you good luck with your life and with your career, and I hope that when you come back to Pattaya again, that we can meet again and perhaps do another interview.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we're going to wind up. Stay with me. And great here tonight at the Siam Bayshore for another wonderful Rotary meeting. Inspirational stuff from this wonderful young lady, and of course the Pattaya Orphanage. And don't forget that documentary film, which will be on January the 26th here at the Siam Bayshore. Details on the screen. Get your ticket, 200 baht. Come along, see what it's all about. This is Paul for PNTV. See you again. Bye-bye.